So the next thing I'm going to do here is make this into a custom lower third. Now a lower third are the titles that you usually get at the bottom of the screen, like you usually see on a news program or something like that, and it just adds that little professional touch. And because we're doing this in a custom way by using this actual logo that we've purposed from a website, because we don't have the logos from the actual client, this is one way you could go about it in other things that you're making. So the first thing I'm going to do then is going to turn off the background for a moment. And before I mention that, these lines here that were turned on, I did mention earlier that these are your title safe areas. We really want to be in this inner square so that however we are exhibiting this work, the logo is not going to get cut off, or the text or anything like that. So I just turn the background off for a moment. I don't want all this extraneous purple over Paul there, so I'm going to go to the select tool, which is this one over here. If you just select that, what I'm going to do is just drag a selection over that. I think I've just about got that, like so. Now if I hit backspace at the moment, we get rid of the bit that we want. I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to undo that, Command Z. Or you could just go to your history palette and go undo. I'm going to go to select and inverse. So it inverts the selection, so we delete that bit there. You see, we've still got these little, what Adobe call marching ants. If you want to drop those, you either click off, or you can just go Command D. So I want to move that down here. We don't want it to be too big because that's a bit chunky. Oh, I can see there's an extra bit of the image up there because I moved it up earlier. So I just want to select that bit too, and then get rid of that, and then drop the selection, Command D or Control D, whichever platform you're using. Move that down there. And so then I want to edit this and then transform it just to make it a little bit smaller so it just doesn't look massive and stupid. So I'm just going to do that like so. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that though. I just undo that. Make it a bit smaller, like so. That looks about right. I'm going to hit enter or return, or whatever you're using. And then on the background there, turn that on. Now ideally what I want to do here is get rid of the other parts of the background. So again, I'm going to highlight over the whole of that like so. Again, I'm going to go select and inverse, and then I'm going to delete the bit that I don't want and drop that selection as well so we don't get all the marching ants. Now that looks kind of okay to me, and excuse me, because the background doesn't have a color on it, it's a transparent background, so you get this kind of checker square, and that is your alpha channel. Now if you imagine this lower third as being a sticker that is on a window that you pop on the window, whatever is behind the sticker, like the view of your street or stuff like that, or your video, then that's what you're going to see behind the lower third. And that is what an alpha channel is. It's an invisibility layer, a little bit like a window, so that you can see through. So if we've got Paul in the background there introducing himself, that's good, that's what we need. So I'm going to save this one now as file, save as, save onto my computer. Actually, I've just overwritten my old one, so never mind. So I'm going to save it as a Photoshop file for the moment. I'm just going to call that lower third, like so. Save, maximize compatibility, that's all good. And then I'm going to show you how to use that in Photoshop, sorry, I mean Premiere, but how we can also use this purple color to design our own little custom logo in Premiere should we want to, because it's really easy to do in Premiere as well.